welcome to Utopia³. I started off sleeping there, a bit weird. Hello, I'm on the server on my own in a minute. It's Sunday morning, and let's go have a quick look down here. Farm's still going well. Now, Nicholas helped me out a little bit here. What he did was he's thrown a lot of bones in there. He filled like half a thing full of bones. He's got bones going to the fertilizer, which has sped things up a little bit. We'll go see how the boiler's doing. How's this guy doing? Mostly the full. I need to start using these for something. I've got all these farms now that I'm not really using for anything because of the way the bioreactor works. Someone suggested making it into a compressed plant balls, which could power my IC2. That's a good idea. I'll look into that. Now, the spawn's all working excellent. These have been turned on since the other day, but obviously they only spawn when I'm near to them. Something just died in there. And I changed a couple. I've got blazes in this one. So come on, give me a blaze. Go on, they never spawn when you're watching. There you go, there's blazes. And we've got, that's not cows, that's spiders. So I need spiders because I need string. Spiders. There we go. Blaze with the skeletons, endermen, spiders. Should be blazes, but never mind. Up we go. So how's the boiler doing? It's just about keeping up with the bone meal in there. Of course I am getting quite a lot of bones from the little skeleton spawn down there. And the spawner's just in range. If I go over here, I think endermen spawn. Whereas if I go over here, I think blazes spawn. This room's certainly in range. And this room's certainly in range. So, oops, this one. So doing any kind of farmcraft research or art, magic or spell making, the spawners are definitely working. Messing around in this area, they're definitely working, as you can just about hear. But in here, yeah, I think it depends whereabouts I'm still in the room. So I should have the most important one under here, really. But I don't want to move them because it'll probably crash the server. In fact, I did work out before though, which I should mention, that this is a cow and the chicken spawner. I just put them up here against a redstone block. So I swapped the block there for a redstone block. I put them there just because I needed them somewhere. Every time I tried breaking them, it crashed me, not the server, so it just disconnected me. So there still is an issue with breaking these things, but you can pick them up with a wand dislocation. So I just picked them up and moved them, and I've got them next to a redstone block so that they don't turn on. So that's alright. So you can put them somewhere, which is good. Right, let's come up here. Look at that. Nemson's left me a gift for Banksy. Oops. It's a secret. No one's meant to know that it's me putting the creepers everywhere. Let's add that. Found there's a new mining age. So we've got limestone in the new mining age, and if we're looking here, we've put a little bit of chisel marble in there as well. So that's pretty cool. I have the marble I've been using up to now has been the Project Red marble, because chisel lets you turn the Project Red marble into the chisel marble, which is pretty nice going. I'll leave that there for now. So he's made a little piece of art himself there. Nice. So we've got a new mining age. So I'm going to go set up a quarry in there. Now, how am I for space in here? It's not even half full. That's cool. So I've got plenty of space in there. Tin ingots need unifying to the right type. So I've got my little unifier over here. Boop. There we go. I'll put them back in there. Now I haven't set up any automation on my processing yet, but if you've been watching my Resident Rise, I'm going to do similar to what I've done in there by using the Ender Eye conduits to send things in and out. But oops, what am I doing? I'm going to be in there. I'm going to, because they've got Ender Eye or power conduits, I'm going to connect the ME network to these two machines via the Ender Eye power item conduits, and these two are going to do all my processing. Now I don't know if they're going to keep up, so we shall have to see. My plan was to run all the ores through the sag mill, and then possibly have more sag mills, and then run all the stuff that needed cooking through a steam oven. But like so. But because of this boiler thing, I don't know about that. Now I certainly decided I'm going to power fully, but what I have decided is I have made a start on bees. We'll quickly look at that. Just in these two voided jars down there. I'm just slowly changing all these to voided jars as I can be bothered. I ain't got very far, I'm only up to see the famous one's a void jar. The Gallon one isn't, so what I've been doing is take the label off by shift right click, break the thing. I've broken a little bit of glass behind there as well. Then put the jar I want to empty on there. That'll put the stuff into the void jar, put the label back on, and then put it back. So just, as I can be bothered, change the odd one or two at a time. I've been changing them to that. So that's working okay. I do want to set up an automated way to get potential into the jar from my harness there, and do it from my ender pouch. So a little B setup here. I've gone old school. I've gone with the Buildcraft pipes because I know they work so well. I did start setting this up with the Ender IO conduits as well, but the problem is with to get it to put the princesses back in, I had to get it to ignore NBT data, and to ignore NBT it recognised all bees as the same type. So I just went old school, and what I've got here is so underneath, let's start underneath. So if you've seen any mass series, you'll have seen this setup before. Wooden pipe, autarkic gate. So I've got some lasers up there, as you've seen. I made a couple of gates. Autarkic gates are really easy. Autarkic gate in the assembly table. Redstone iron chipset with just a bit of redstone and a bit of iron. Pulsating chipset, which you get two for a bit of redstone and an ender pearl. And the gate itself is just a redstone chipset, and the redstone chipset is just a piece of redstone. So really, to make an autarkic gate, all it is 1, 2, 2.5 bits of redstone, 1 iron, and 1.5 an ender pearl. So yeah, 2.5 redstone, 1 iron, half an ender pearl. Gets you an autarkic gate. Really straightforward, really useful. And as you can see there, this is set to pulse whenever there is an item in the inventory. So we have got something, a bit of honeycombs must have been just made. That goes into a gold pipe, then into a diamond pipe. The diamond pipe is set to put bees, princess or drone back into the apiary. Now I've got them set there as commons, but I think if I could put any princess or drone in there and just put any back in there. And then same on this side, but this one is cultivated. So I did the first little bit of breeding, bred up common and cultivated, and I've got an iron pipe there to make sure that the products or the excess drones go into the chest rather than into the opposite ones. So iron pipe is a one-way pipe. Nice little simple system. You cannot automate frames into apiaries, you can only do it into alvearies. So I've got my filing cabinet and I made a couple of stacks of frames in here. So I put some in last night before I went to bed. I just put some more in when I woke up. So frames increase the production rate of your honeycomb. So you can see I'm doing alright. I've got let's move these along one because there's certain hybrid ones in there. Like normal ones are hybrid, I think, but I didn't have enough beeswax. I didn't have enough honey to make for the BLRs. Right, a couple of things that I've done is, one, I've made impregnated frames. All they are is impregnated sticks. I want a bit of string, which is part of why I wanted the spider spawner. Now, if you remember, I was using creosote to make a load of impregnated sticks, just so I had a load. So I've used 8 stacks of them just to make 2 stacks of frames. So you do need a lot of them. I'll probably be setting that little system back up when that gets low, because I've got loads of creosote and loads downstairs still, so I might as well use that to make impregnated frames. Now I'm going to use a Java barrel and fill it up, but we've got issues at the minute that the 2 guys in the server who play on a Mac, Doodat, and I think Carlo might actually, or might have decided not to keep playing on the server, but Doodat can't get on because he plays on a Mac. I don't know why people choose to play on Macs, but Doodat's maybe a bit weird. He's got a Mac, and he can't get on. And the only way he can seem to get on is by taking Java barrels out of the pack. So of course he can't get on because Java's on the server. But the only way he can get the pack to work in single player is by taking Java out. So I'm hoping that gets sorted. But it looks like we're going to have to take Java out until that's sorted. So once we've got Java in, I'm going to put make that a Java barrel and make it. I could upgrade that. We've got the upgraded factorization barrels these days that I've never used. Anyway, so I did a little bit of breeding. I bred a meadows and a forest, and a forest and a meadows. So I had forest in this side and I had meadows in this side. Instead of doing that, I swapped the princesses over, and I did a couple of iterations through that. And I also had to bring another extra couple of princesses in, so I brought a couple of ignoble ones in. And I ended up with a common princess and a common drone that was both pure, so that's what went in that side. And I also ended up with a hybrid cultivated, so I managed to get cultivated as well. So to get a common, it's any of the mundane bees with any of the other mundane bees. So a forest and a princess, a forest and a meadows, or a forest and a mossy, or a forest and a jungle, or a forest and a snowy. I'm getting the names all wrong, but you get the drift. And then to get the cultivated, it's a common with any of them. That makes sense. You can see there's lots of good videos on how to do bees. I don't want to go into it too much detail because I know a lot of people don't like it. But basically, I've got 2 decent bees that are now producing me some honeycomb, so I can start stocking up and start squeezing this into honey. Start stocking up on honey, so then I can start working these 2 bees up the land towards industrious and imperial. I can start making alvearies, and then we can start creating the good stuff, doing all the extra bee stuff, and getting to the point where I can actually run power from my bees, which I think is what I'm going to do. Seeing as there's not a great deal of power options in this, in the mods we've got, I guess. Not self-sustaining. There's the oil age, we can run oil, but it's limited resource. But because it's an oil age, it's not really limited. It's just a massive amount of oil, but you still have to keep putting a pump down and stuff. I like to have my power so I can set up a system, which is why I like the farm systems. It can set up a system and then just not have to do anything with it. But I don't like it's too easy, so I like having to set up a system. If you know what I mean? I don't like just like plonking down a pump in the nether and then never having to worry again. I do like having to set something up like the automated farm system. Anyway, I keep doing that. Part of the problem of using elevators is I keep turning my harness on and wasting fuel. Now, let's go get my quarry. I made some spot loaders as well. Spot loaders as a single. You put ender pearls around a chunk loader, you get 10 little spot loaders. These are just useful for loading single chunks, because I've been building last night when I was encoding my Resident Raz video. I've been in the building world. And I've started building. Let's just sleep so it's nice and light in here. Bit of sleeping music for you there. And let's put you back on. I've started building my little supply depot here. So we're not really meant to chunk load in this thingy, but because I'm going to put this as free supplies for anyone, I need to put some lights in here as well. There we go. I've got canvas walls, so I can paint some on the walls. A couple of crafting stations, a nice counter, and I'm going to put some filing cabinets around here. And I'm going to put a load of, once we get Java sorted, I'm probably going to have Java barrels along this wall with a means of getting things into underneath. Now the problem what I've done is I've made this across 4 chunks, which is a bit of a ball ache. I didn't line up the roads very well, if I'm being honest. I just line up the roads from when we first spawned in using the Mistcraft book, but what I should have done is line up roads with a bit better, but never mind. So what I need to do is put all the things in one corner. I guess this corner is probably going to be the best. I'll put things in here that generate smooth stone, cobble. I'm going to auto craft it into stone brick. Auto rock crusher wants to be in here, so I need some kind of automated power in here, so it's going to be noisy in here as well. So it's going to be like a little factory producing blocks that people can come and take whenever they want. And I'll keep certain things stocked from my base, like a barrel full of dirt, a barrel full of other stuff. There we go. That's what I've been messing around with in here. Yeah, nice little. Looks quite nice, I think. Anyway, that looks alright. It's pretty basic. It's just a little basic house. Actually, need some more bricks. I've got a little bit missing at the back. And micro blocks are working, so I made some windowsills. Anyway, the first building in our little age here. Now, a couple of people have commented on making street lights. Good point, and traffic lights. Not sure I'm going to do traffic lights. I think Grumpy might have an idea of traffic lights. But street lamps, I'm thinking of making a lot of these arcane lamp guys and having like one here and then one dog-legged across, and then one over there again, and then one over there again. So that should pretty much light up the full area, because they've got these 16 blocks in each direction range. Although they do have these little weird particles that do seem to get in the way of some stuff. Them little things. Not as bad as the ref lamp lights get in the way of stuff, but they do seem to get in the way of, I think they stopped Sensor's farm growing. The one of the little light blocks had covered where the tree wanted to grow into. Anyway, right, I'm going to go cut camera. I'm going to go retrieve my quarry from the dark. Screw it, I'll do it on camera. So, here's the horrible dark. Sort that out. Winds me up that. So, this was my last quarry location. As you can see, it's finished. Come here, zombie. Don't push me off, you douche. So let's break this. And this. And this. And we'll get a wrench and shift click that because I'm not sure bricking it does any damage to it. Where's my wrench? There it is. So, Nemson's made a new mining edge. Let's go see how dangerous it is. Now, it took him a couple of attempts because he's put in Densors, I think, which is very cool, but it also adds a certain amount of invincibility. So, let's see how dangerous it is. Now, is it going to be? It is. Manage 31. So, it's Magic Forest stroke Badlands, I believe. And it's dark. I wonder if it's always dark. Now, let's have a look. So there's the first quarried location. So Magic Forest and Badlands. That's kind of cool. So Badlands, of course, gets you a lot of clay. So let's head over into the danger. And I'll set up a quarry. I'll be back in a minute when it's set up, and we'll get on with something else. Back in a bit. Okay then, here I am. I've got a quarry set up. Now, this is a bit of a pain in the ass mining edge. I like the fact it's going to have dense ores, so it's going to get a lot of resources, but I like my mining edge a bit different. I like my mining edges for ease of setup, and this has got hills and all kind of stuff, so kind of fun. And darkness and mobs and loads of trees. Well, I can try and cut the trees down, but they're real big, so it's going to take me a while to actually clear the area out. So leaving trees behind me, there's loads of mobs underneath. Oh, look at it, these trees are all connected as well, so as you can see it, my axe to the stream is hammering them. On the server now we've got Tanhan and Sensor. Hello guys. So how far is this going to pull the logs from? I'm curious now to see just how long this is going to take. Looks like we're zeroing in. And my axe is taking a bit of a hammer in here. But yeah. Densors, so cool. A couple of things I missed in the first bit of the episode. One is, when I made that Steve's Cart tree farm, I didn't think the fertiliser worked in it. It does, it just works really slowly, so I didn't watch it long enough. So it was actually using fertiliser. I just didn't pay attention. Which is why Nicholas put a lot of fertiliser in. If you remember, I did put a fertiliser module in it when I made it. It's just that when I put a load of bone meal in there, it didn't seem to be going down. But it's just because it uses it slower than I thought it does. Oh yeah. So what's going on there? Oh man. It's not good at all. I'm going to break my axe for that carefully here. Come on. This is not very interesting, is it? I apologise. Akko cuts down a massive amount of wood in one go. And the other thing is, of course, I made a Bealizer. Now, a Bealizer making a carpenter. What the Bealizer does, it lets you see the stats on the bees, so you can see if they're hybrids or not. It's a really important tool, that thing there. Now, you make it in a carpenter, take the diamond, some tin, some glass panes, redstone, and some water. And what you can do with it is, if we look at it, you see inside it, you put honey in there, and you put a bee in there. It lets you see the stats of the bees, so you can see if you've got hybrids or not. Because ideally, you're trying to grow purebreds of a certain species, but if a species is a hybrid, you cannot tell unless you Bealize it. So it may say it's a common bee, but it might be a common forest hybrid, and without actually doing the beelizer bit, you wouldn't know. What was that over there? So, a lot of what are you? Oh, you're a peck. Oh shit! Look at this wood over here. So it really was pulling wood from a long way away. Crazy. Okay. So let's get out of it. This dangerous hellhole. Nemson's also a bad man because he didn't leave a book at spawn at the zoning. Now, because there's a cheated in link modifier in this world, a lot of people use the following books. Now, because you can only get a following book in creative, I'd actually use them. But because a lot of people do use them, there aren't always link books in the world. Luckily, I had a link book in my... I had a normal link book back to my base in my Mistcraft pouch, inside my Ender pouch, so I managed to get back. So I put a link book at spawn, just in case anyone else comes through who hasn't got a following book like myself. I'm maybe the only one on the server who hasn't got one, to be honest. You know me, I try and play survival as much as I can, so anything that requires, apart from roadlands, I don't mind using them. Anything that requires creative to spawn in, I usually don't use. I built a little hut here with some warded paving stones, just so I can spawn in without getting blown up, and hopefully not get my quarry blown up. But yeah, horrible place, right? But it's gonna get me resources, so it's fit for purpose. So I've made an upgrade to the little clipboard here, so I'm going to cut again in a second because I'm going to try to work out if I want to keep using this as my flight method. Then I need to sort out a way of automating the potential going into it, otherwise it's going to wound me up. Now, I've used one of these before and it lasted a couple of days maybe, and then I just got sick of filling it up, so I binned it and made a modular power suit. I'm going to have to make a modular power suit at some point. I should put that on the list because for building I need creative flight, so MPS, we are going to make a modular power suit. On the list at the minute, that should not be between episodes, that should be to-do list. More storage, I need to expand my storage. Auto crafting, need to get that done. Automate my processor, need to get that done. Automate a harness and my wand recharging, so I'm going to get both of them sorted. I'm going to get a sheep rancher just so I've got a load of sheep, a load of wool, because you know I like my carpets. Build a lighthouse. I need to progress with bees. I need to get all them void jars sorted. I need to do stuff in the building age, and I need to get a modular power suit. So that's my current plans on this server. Now, I've got a little filing cabinet here for these mana beans, which I'm going to start collecting up. And we're probably going to start getting mana beans in here actually, but there's one there, look. So I'll tidy all this up. Right, so I'm going to have a quick play around, work out a way to automatically charge up my, fill up a potential jar. And I think what I'm going to use is a tool dynamism tablet. And I need to see if I can pipe into that or not. So I might have to go do a bit of testing in single player. But there's a thing from Family Tinkerer called a tool dynamism tablet. Where it'll be. I don't actually know if I've researched it or not yet. But I'll have a look for that. I'll get that researched. I'm going to get one of them made. I might actually go into single player first and see if it works. And I'll be back in a bit. I'll see you then. Hello, I'm back. I've been all kind of sidetracked and I've gone on a completely different tangent to what I was going to do. But what we've got here is, I noticed that my chest here, my input chest was at like 60 odd items, and it is now at the minute. So that means not a lot of things. Why are you in there? Not a lot of things can go in. That should be in there. Look. Stone sword. Ah, oh, bollocks something up there. That's because the only thing I've changed is that. That's what it should be. Damn it. Insert only. So if I put them stone swords in there now, they should all just magically disappear and not be in there. Great. And I've done the same with damn it, cobble. And any snowballs in there? No snowballs. Okay. So that go in there. Cool. That said 8128. Oops. So I set that wrong. I changed the setting on that. I don't know why I bothered changing it, but I changed that so that's insert only. So this is obviously my trash. The things go into the fuzzy storage bus into the trash, as I showed you before. So yeah, I noticed this was getting mighty full from the quarry, so I've actually stopped the quarry at the minute, and I've decided to sort all this out. So what I've done is, as you can see, my ores are getting processed, and it was first thing that became abundantly clear was one machine was not going to cut it. So these are quite cheap, these ender iron machines, so I made another 3 of each. So I've got, oh, that's onto iron now. Okay, so that's actually keeping up kind of, so that all 4 of them have probably got iron in. Yeah, so it's gone through all the tin ore and now it's onto iron ore. I've got all this stuff in here is just backed up from when I was actually setting it all up. I should be able to, oh, got pulverized ferrous there. I haven't put that in anywhere yet, so I should be able to just deal with all this little stuff individually. Let's stick them in there until the iron gets backed up. You see, now this won't be a problem once it's all this backlog's cleared. But look at the backlog; it's enormous. We've got like 6,000 iron ore to get through. Only a bit of lead. If you look at ores, we've got a couple more ores to come in from new gen, which of course, because that mining age is new, we're going to get ferrous ore and we're going to get dark iron ore. But other than that, I've got rid of all the copper. I've got rid of all the tin now as well, it seems. So next it's going through all the iron, then it's going to go through all the gold, then all the silver, then all the lead. That'll leave us in here uranium, vitrium, cinnabar and aluminium. Aluminium needs to go into the smeltery, but the cinnabar and the vincium even, they're going to go straight into the alloy smelters. So you can see behind here, I've not actually covered it up yet. So anyway, let's work out how this is working then. So first of all, my quarry chest inputs using a transposer here into this ME interface. ME interface is really good because it can do 2 things at once. So what we've got here is, as you can see there, as long as I think I need to keep 1 space in this exported items, the things that come in the quarry will quickly go through there and then straight into the ME network. So in fact, I'm just going to turn the quarry back on. I'm a little bit cautious on my power use at the minute. I tried it with the steam oven, by the way, and the steam oven was too slow, so I put the steam oven up there and it was too slow. So I've just connected these 4 engines up, they're going up there, and I've put these 4 back on and these are going up there. So this is 8 times 8 is 64, and 8 times 4 is 32, 67, 80, 90, 96. So I'm producing 96 MJ a tick, and it is going up, so I'm not using 96 MJ a tick. If you look at Whaler, the top right, 76. Oh no, it's going down. Okay, so when all 4 of these are running, I'm not quite producing enough power to run all this at once. That's good to know. Good to know. Pulverized lead. I've still got a bit of iron in, so I do need more power, which I'm working on getting. I've decided, I think I'm going to bin the spoilers altogether. I'm going to make big banks of fuel powered dynamos, the compression dynamos from thermal expansion. I'm going to use the oil age fuel for now. I'm going to work towards getting fuel from the bees. I'm going to run it off bees. I'll see what things Sengi has thrown in to trip me up with the how bees work now. So that's the, I guess, long-term goal. So anyway, what you can do with this. So what was I doing? I was just going to turn that on a sec, wasn't I? This is going to drain a bit more power, but let's just turn that on a sec. And how did I deactivate this? Redstone mode. Output redstone mode. Should be on. I thought I disabled that there. Oh, it's there. That's what I've done. Fool. So there we go. That'll power that back up. So that's just putting 50 MJ a tick into there. So you'll see things starting coming through here again. And as you can see, look. So that's a quarry digging away. And if you look in here, you'll see that them things just pass through whatever slot. Now, they might not even need a slot here, but I'm going to keep 1 slot just in case. So that's how that's working. So actually, I should just turn that off there, and that should stop it, shouldn't it? That's going to start running out of power. That's going to keep its power. That's going to start running out. Alright, yep, there we go, look. When that gets down to 0, that's going to become deactivated. So I can do that off a signal at some point, and that's something else I want to do. I want to get a power monitor made, which if you watched yesterday's Resident Rise, you see I made one there and I quite enjoyed. The the things that you can do. So I'm going to get a power monitor made for this bank as well. So that's that bit. And what you can also do in here is, as you can see, I've put in the export config all my ores that I want to export. Now I'm going to have a second ME interface because I've got Cinnabar, Vincium, Ferrous, because that'll come in ore format first. Dark Iron. So I need at least 4 more slots. I've only got 2 there. So I'm going to make a second ME interface. So should we make that now? What do I need for ME interface? I need a conversion matrix. So I need iron, and blah. I need some glass in there and some iron in there for that. So basically, okay, let's quickly do that. Let's do this actually. Conversion. Well, that gets me the iron and the stuff I need. I should have brought the other stuff over here, it'd be much easier. And then ME interface. Gets me the glass and stuff that I need. Right. So now I can throw them in there. Convoluted way of doing it, but it gets the job done. Ah, I put them back in the thing, didn't I? Such a knob. Let's just do it the right way then. Let's take them over there instead. I need them over there, and I need that over there. That's better. Let's try again. Full. So conversion. One of them, and then ME int. One of them. That was easy, wasn't it? So I'm gonna quickly swap that cable there for ME interface. Nice, and that should be fine at the minute. What I'm going to do at the minute, I'm just going to disable that until I work out exactly what I want. So input output, yeah, that's fine. It actually only needs to input into one of them, so that's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. It doesn't matter. I can input into both. It shouldn't hurt anything. Now that's so in out. So then extraction filter, we want to extract Cinnabar, Vincium, Ferrous and Dark Iron will be going into there. So that's this end of it done, and what that does is it keeps so much of it in that. So what I also want is export config. I want to say keep one of them and one of them in there. So that'll keep them in there as well. So that's all good. I saw something going through there. What's going through there? Why are you in there? Eh? Because, yeah, okay, that is an issue then. I want that just to be extracts only. I don't want it to be inserting stuff. Right. So that's just extracts, that's insert. Right. So then the cable comes under the floor, along with the power lines surround here. Then it up comes at the back. So I've got them disabled, I've got the item ones disabled into the painter because I don't need things going in and out of that. But in each of these, really nice and straightforward. On the back of each sag mill, I've got insertion, I've got all the ores, silver, lead, and then I'll be getting ferrous and dark iron into there as well, dark iron into there as well, so that'll multiply them up. And then of course some of these give bonuses, so copper gives bonus gold, gold gives bonus copper, silver gives bonus lead, lead gives bonus silver, ferrous gives bonus shiny, and I'm also going to need a way of cooking up Invar. But so on this side what I've done is, on these two I haven't put gold, I've just put copper and silver. So copper and silver, that one's copper and silver. And then on these two I've not put copper or silver, I've put lead and gold. So the ones that give up multiples and bonuses, it restricts them to either one side or the other. So then what I also want to do is I want to add, I don't know why I did that, I didn't need to do that at all. So I can add Cinnabar, I can add these to all of them. I can add ferrous in there. I'm going to have to add shiny metal in there, and Invar dust when I get some Invar dust as well. So anything that gets thrown into the network, anything that comes in naturally. So as long as the stuff going through these has got a place to go, it'll go into these. If it hasn't, it'll get thrown into here. So at the minute, I either have to set an export in this to get these back out, but I'm going to wait and see if it can actually keep up once we're doing it proper, if you know what I mean. If it can keep up with the flow of stuff coming in once I've got stuff coming in right, then I'll just leave it like that. So we've got automated processing. That's the bottom line. I'm just going to let it all catch up, and then once it's all caught up, once it's all fully caught up, I'll see if it can keep up with the quarry. I'm sure it will be able to. So that's what I've been up to. Yeah, I'm going to make a power monitor. Let's go on with that. Power mon. What does the power monitor need? It's going to clear that. I knew that was going to happen. I'll put standard search there because I don't want it to clear this. Power monitor. Cool. So I'm kind of doing. I'm trying not to do this, but I keep doing it. I keep doing the same thing on both servers, one day after the next. So I'm trying not to do that, but as it happens, things just keep working out that way. That I'm needing to do something when I've done it on the other server the previous day. Now what I need to do here? Why has that all stopped? That has stopped. I don't know why. Because that's putting things into there still. Iron should not be going in there. That. Oops, I've still got it in out full. Well, extract only. I have that always active. So iron should not be going in there. Iron should be going to here, and it is again now. Look, I had that set wrong, and that gave me a bit of chance to get the sand in there as well. So the only problem is when it's got a backlog, you can't get things like sand in there or the smelt recipes into there. That's going okay. So what I'm doing now, I'm just getting a bit of silicon. Just going to need silicon for this. We need 2 silicon. We need comparator, conduit, redstone. That's all easy stuff. So I think I've got a comparator over here somewhere. I have. There's one. And in there, no, in there. Yep. There's a bit of insulated redstone conduit that I've already got. So bang them in there. Bang in a bit of energy conduit in there. Oh, it's full up. That's at 63 items. Look. So that's part of the issue I'm having is that too much stuff. Now what's giving me bonus ferrous here? Is it the iron? It is, isn't it? The iron's giving me bonus ferrous. So, like I did with the others, what I need to do is, because iron gives bonus ferrous, slag mill, iron, tin, pulverized ferrous. It gives bonus tin and ferrous. Okay, so I need one of these to have ferrous in there instead of the iron. So we'll take the iron out and put ferrous in. And should I take tin out? Iron, let's leave tin in one as well. I'll take iron out of 2. So iron's only got two of these to burn through. And I'll put that in the others. Yeah, you get me? I hope you're following what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, that's all good, I think. So that wants to go in there. That wants to go in there. Still full. Let's put them in there. Why don't I? Makes miles more sense. 2 of them. Now I'm mainly doing this in case you only watch one of my series and you don't watch my Resident Rares, because what this is going to show you is that. Let's get you back. There's the MJ reader. Okay. Now, everything else, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. What this does is, this can go there for now. And what you can do, it shows you how much power is in the system. It'll store so much in here itself, so it's got a little bit of a buffer itself. It'll work out how much stuff is running through all the conduit and stuff. So it'll take into account all these, everything on the system. It'll take into account. I know that, and what we can do is we can set a limit at when the engines turn on. So when I've got all these replaced with compression dynamos, then I'll be able to set a signal so they'll only turn on and burn fuel when there's a desire for power. So with this, I set this to say 95%, and I can turn that on. What this will do is it'll put out a redstone signal. Obviously I need to put it so I can actually get a redstone conduit to it, but I'll put out a redstone signal that I can have attached to all the engines. I have all the engines set to low, so when the signal comes on it'll turn them all off, or vice versa, so that, yeah, vice versa I mean, yeah, so that then we'll only actually burn fuel when it needs it. Very nice. So that's what I wanted that for. So I guess my next job is to start getting fuel coming in. So we need a refinery, because we need to turn oil into fuel. So that needs a the diamond gear. So let's make a diamond gear. This is probably a convoluted way of doing this. Yeah, in fact it really is. I could have just made this manually. Much easier. Iron. I don't know though. I'm dicking about. Can't find my iron, so that's not helping. Where's my iron? Oh, look at this, by the way. Mobs out my spawners keep dropping trophies, so I'm getting a nice little trophy collection. So these spawners here, they'll give me a full set of trophies from them. So I've got a leech from the leech room, I've got a spider from the spider room, blaze from the blaze room. I already had them two, and now I've just got a skeleton from the wither skeletons. Who fires arrows? This guy sets me on fire. Thanks. This guy goes boom. He makes a zombie noise. Can't tell what that's done because of the sound muffler. He makes an Enderman noise. Cool. Alright, I made a cock of that, didn't I? Let's just carry on going. Come on, Iron, where are you? There you are. And then gold. So much fail going on. That's not what I wanted. Gold, diamond, tanks, 1, 2, 3, redstone torches, 1, 2, refinery, 1. Brilliant. So what I'm going to do with this is going to be able to get power down here. So what I've started doing is, you've got to see me fail doing this every time I come in here. Come on, let's line up right. There we go. So I've started draining the fuel, the mob essence out of there. So that's going to go there. So that's going to get power from that, which is nice. I'm going to bring in the oil in an ender tank. It's going to go on there. I wonder where I've put the ender tank. I've got one. That's going to go on there. So then that can just pump straight into there. So this is going to be oil. Fuel, because it's just going to get processed as it comes in. So I'm going to fill that up with fuel, and then we've got fuel for engines. Yeah, and in the meantime, I'm switching this across here. So I just want to mess around with this. I'll cut the camera again, and I'll get some more stuff sorted. What I want to do is I want that going to there, and I want to disconnect that. There we go, and then I can pump. I started pumping this into there, but it was also pumping it back up and filling the land. So now I've done that, I can get my empty hand and say, "You guy, always active," and that's going to start pumping that into there. Excellent. Right, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, here we are then. I'm going to wrap up the video just in a second because we're up to 44 minutes already. I've set up a little pump here in the oil world with its crazy ender sky and multiple suns. So I've just used some basic redstone engines. I want a pump like you saw me make. I think you saw me make that last time. And a tank on top. Redstone blocks as to keep the engines running. And I've got a couple of spot loaders. Now I hope redstone signal doesn't turn spot loaders off. I shall soon find out if it runs out. So head back to the base. And my thermostatic harness ran out of fuel while I was out, so luckily I had a second tank, but I do really need to get on with that, making that automated. We've come back to it. I've got a little error I showed you, a little error I had to rectify first. This, because this was set to extract cinnabar and vintium, then, and that was set to import anything, then because that's obviously a shorter route than to go over there, it was just putting them straight into there. So what I've done is I've turned this so that on the insertion filter we've got a blacklist. So you click that from whitelist to blacklist, that's saying insert anything apart from them two. So at the minute they're the only things that are coming out of this one that we don't want to go in there. We want to head over there. So we have, even though they're in the insert filters over here, because that's closer and it was a viable inventory, it was just pretty much just sending my cinnabar around in a circle. So I've blacklisted that, and I'll blacklist the ferrous and the dark iron there, so that it'll come out there and it'll go across to them. Nice. It's done my boot thing again. Quickly head down to here, and I'm just going to show you this, and then I'll wrap the video up. So there we go. We've got fuel coming in here. So there's the ender tank. Nicely fits onto the refinery. It's a single piece of conduit, and I'm starting to collect fuel. Wonderful. That's going up nice and quick. So 7 buckets worth. Haven't been going long. Cool. And then there's my mob essence, slowly going up, and I can conduit all that and tidy that up. Who's up there? Someone's up there. Right, I'm going to wrap up the video there. Thank you as always for watching, and I hope you join me next time when we are going to make some compression dynamos and see how this lasts. Cool. Cheers. Bye.